Part 1. Introduction and Principles. About Part 1. In this first part, we provide an introduction to Lean UX and its founding principles. We discuss why the evolution of the product design and development process is so critical, and we describe what Lean UX is. We also discuss the underlying principles you'll need to understand to make Lean UX work in your organization. Here's an overview of the upcoming chapters. Chapter 1, More Important Now Than Ever Before, provides a brief history of product design and development and why it's time for that process to evolve. In Chapter 2, Principles, we present a detailed look at the key principles that drive the Lean UX process. These principles offer a framework for a leaner product design and discovery process and also provide basic management guidelines for these teams. They are critical to the success of Lean UX, and if incorporated into your organization, will have a profound impact on your culture and on the productivity and success of your teams. Chapter 3, Outcomes, is focused on the idea of outcomes, which have always been an important concept in Lean UX, but over the years, we've developed new ways of thinking about and working with them. Because outcomes are so critical to Lean UX, we've expanded our discussion of this concept. This chapter shares with you our current understanding of the idea. Chapter 1, More Important Now Than Ever Before. It's not iteration if you do it only once. Jeff Patton. Design is always evolving. When designers first brought their craft to software in the 80s and 90s, they approached the work in the same way they approached the earlier materials they worked with. In industrial design, print design, fashion design, or any field involving physical outputs, the manufacturing step is a critical constraint. When designing for physical materials, designers need to figure out what they're making before they begin production, because production is expensive. It's expensive to set up a factory floor to produce hard goods or garments. It's expensive to set up a printing press for a print run. Working in software, designers faced new challenges. They had to figure out the grammar of this new medium, and as they did, they saw new specialties like interaction design and information architecture emerge. But the process by which designers practiced remained mostly unquestioned. Designers still designed products in great detail in advance because they still had to deal with a manufacturing process. The work had to be duplicated onto floppy disks and CDs, which were then distributed to market in exactly the same way that physical goods were distributed. The cost of getting it wrong remained high. Paradoxically, though, this way of working didn't really prevent anyone from getting it wrong. Too often, designers worked in isolation, siloed, before passing their work to developers, who in turn worked in a silo before passing the work on to QA, and so on. And everyone was working with limited market feedback. Today, we face a new reality. Software production has become continuous. The internet has changed the way we distribute software. The proliferation of mobile devices, wearables, and the Internet of Things has changed the way we consume it. We are no longer limited by a physical manufacturing process, and we are able to get our digital products and services into customers' hands at a pace unheard of just a few years ago. This changes everything. Teams now are facing intense pressure from competitors who are using techniques like Agile software development, continuous integration, and continuous deployment to radically reduce their cycle times. Take Amazon as an example. The e-commerce giant pushes new code live to their customers every single second of every minute, and they are using these short cycles as a competitive advantage, releasing early and often, gaining market feedback, and iterating based on what they learn to create a continuous conversation with customers. In essence, they are discovering their product at the same time they are delivering it. This has many results, but these are perhaps the two most important ones. 1. The ability to learn continuously and quickly how well their products are meeting customer needs. 2. Raising customer expectations in terms of product quality and company response times to their concerns and feedback. What's more, this new way of working is not based on expensive technologies. The platforms and services that make this possible are available for free or nearly free to just about every startup team. This exposes incumbent businesses to a threat they haven't known before. Specifically, the barriers to entry in almost every domain have never been lower. Without the need to manufacture a physical product, anyone with access to the web can design, code, and deploy services to anyone else.